We might as well pack that and start this episode by just,
For
you know,
reals.
taking a little puff. I almost died a few seconds ago. I mean,
Oh,
that's being over dramatic, but it happens sometimes. Technical difficulties, looking for shit that we need to kind of run this stream. It's kicked up a little bit of dust, you know, like I imagined living life on the high plains was like really dusty. And yeah, I had a little bit of an allergy attack. I'm kind of swollen right now still, probably. I feel it, but I'm okay. You go to the local store now and get some antihistamines, you know, for any people that are from the past or old-fashioned listening. You know,
yeah.
get you right. Histamine, speaking of histamines, that's a weird ass thing that happens when you dig into like fucking allergies and why they almost basically attempt to kill you. Did you know that like the histamine reaction that you have, which is basically, well, the histamine's being released into your bloodstream, which is basically what makes you like swell up and get itchy and all that
Right.
bullshit. What's happening is that the your body believes that whatever's causing that allergic reaction is extremely dangerous to your body. It's harmful. So it's not necessarily just shutting down the body to kind of avoid it from getting to you, but what it does to the blood is it dilutes it and it makes it extremely permeable.
Oh, damn.
So since it makes it permeable, it's able to escape the flow of like the veins and enter tissue. And once it enters tissue cells, it's trying to go and find out that point of contact where it's like, what's that thing that's trying to kill us right now? And what's funny about histamines is like it's never anything really trying to kill you. It's just usually dust or something ridiculous. But that's how fucking crazy the body is, right? Like,
right.
like how could the body do all these fucking magical things? We can't do shit like that. Like if I just wanted to be like, fuck, I don't want to open the drawer right now. I want to just stick my hand through the desk
Right.
and grab something. I can't fucking do it even if I wanted to. Like there's nothing that can make me do that. It's fucked up. But inside the body, it's like we were tripping on like I brought it up the other day when we were talking like metamorphosis. Like that shit trips me out because it's like that shit happens to a fucking living creature that walks and does shit. You know, it does regular living creature shit.
Right.
You know, and it's able to just at some point transform into something completely different. And like seeing shit like that, metamorphosis is just weird because it makes me question a lot of shit. Like what the fuck? Like what are we? What were we before we were humans, or what are we gonna be after we're humans? I mean, we'll probably never know those answers anyway. But yeah, all that stems from just a small little allergy attack I had right now before we started this show. You know, because that's how real it gets on this show. You know what I mean? People might die. It's all right. It's all right.
You will die.
Welcome though. What's up? We haven't done an episode this whole fucking pandemic.
I mean, fucking doing.
I mean, we did some shit in the beginning. Like, what was our last episode we did? Was I feel like it's when all the George Floyd shit was popping off.
Yeah.
Right? That was our last episode, right? Like, yeah, that. I don't even know if that counts as much of an episode. I don't even remember much of it, but we were just kind of watching the riots live. That shit was crazy. It's crazy to think about it now, actually.
It was crazy.
Like, what the fuck? Like that kind of just happened like nothing in just in just a few months of this year. 2020's been special. That's magic.
Oh yeah, super special.
It's some just different sort of
Super
magic
special.
for sure. Oh man.
Sorry, I had to figure something out real quick.
Technical difficulties. This is our first show in this new set. Well, the revamped set. Yeah. It's looking good. The colors are good. I really like the plant behind us here. We need some greenery. We need some greenery in the office space. You know, it's always good for spirits.
Legit.
We gotta lift them. So what's up, man? How you been?
Chilling, bro. Fucking work. Luckily, I got work, unlike fucking half the country and shit. Luckily, I'm still able to go in. But
Are you gonna get a vaccine?
No.
Oh
No,
man.
I don't think so. I think even if my job tried to force me to get the vaccine, I would probably just quit and just struggle like I'm used to.
Okay, let's bring let's
Like it's like I mean I can imagine for the regular person like that would be a hard choice to make, and it still is a hard choice. Don't get me wrong, but I know that I could get through that shit, and I know I have enough skills to either go get another job at another company that's not willing to fucking screw me over.
No, for
on
sure,
some
for sure. But
virus.
let's take it up another notch. Like, let's say you couldn't go to places unless you could prove that you've been vaccinated. How about if it gets that extreme? Then what?
Oh man.
Then what's the move?
I mean,
what's the fucking move? Cause
like where though? Be specific.
Oh,
not
man.
just a blanket.
No. Well, yeah. Let's like it'd have to be like, let's say you could no longer walk into Rite Aid, for instance.
Easy money.
You
I
could-
got Amazon.
You couldn't go into a Home Depot.
Easy money. I got Amazon.
You couldn't go to a lot of restaurants.
Easy money. I got Postmates.
Damn. So I didn't think about all those things when I was thinking this shit, but now that you made me think about it, I'm like, fuck, that might be part of the plan. That might have been part of the plan
Maybe.
of setting all of this ease of use shit
Maybe.
up a while ago, right?
Yeah.
Because look how easy we are to just like, look how easy your answers were without thinking about them.
Mm-hmm.
And it doesn't even sound like the way that you answered like you had thought about this before either. Like you were just like, oh,
No,
I kind of got
not
it.
really.
Like, oh, I got answers.
Not really. Yeah. I
Yeah,
don't
yeah.
really
It was
think about
mostly just something that it's like, oh, I've already done shit like that,
Yeah.
stuff like that.
I mean,
so how much of that makes you feel like it was somewhat of a setup?
like I was really hoping you were gonna go with the, like an easy one that you could have went with that I could have just threw you off of. But
Which
it's
is
like,
like what?
what if movie theaters required it? Like, well,
No. Because yeah, that's too
we
easy.
already have that set up in
I
here.
had to
You
dig
guys
a little
can't see
more,
it
but
on camera, but there's a projector right here and there's an 80-inch screen right here. So I'm
Yeah.
good. I at the beginning, actually, that's what I spent some of my stimulus money on, was setting this up and the computer that
That's
this
your-
stream is running off of.
2020 sponsorships.
Yeah, I mean,
Sponsored by 2020.
Sponsored by Donald Trump. Thank you.
Oh man, the pandemic.
Projectors for Trump.
Pandemic projectors. I like it. I like it. Pandemic projectors. I feel like that's already an Instagram account somewhere. Pandemic projections. I think.
Yeah. Oh, definitely. There's
Oh,
a
man.
lot of pandemic.
Do you remember
projections.
that just made me think of like something super old because we're kind of like 90s kids. But do you remember on Mad TV when they would make fun of like, did you used to watch Mad TV?
Yeah.
Okay, like remember on Mad TV, there was this thing on Mad TV where they were already making fun of online dating, and it was
I
like,
don't remember that though.
and oh man, and it was a classic one, and it was because they made it really shitty. Like online dating kind of still is, but like really was in the beginning. Remember
Right.
how bad online dating was in the beginning because it was like really like corny people like
Yeah,
trying to
yeah.
date. Like it was like, hi, like I'm super Christian Bill, and like I like long walks on the beach, and you know what I mean. And then like you never just really gave everything out on the front. Like, hey, my name is Bill, and honestly, like I like a finger in my butt when we're when we're wild. It's like, oh shit, all right. Well, you
Bill?
need to join my fans only page. Yeah.
Fucking Bill.
But no. But so Mad TV had one where it just showed this like, unfortunately, it was like this kind of like fat couple walking in the savannah, and they just take the saddest seat next to each other, and the theme song would be "Lowered Expectations." I thought it was the funniest shit ever, and I just think.
That sounds familiar, like the little theme song.
Oh,
of it.
because they would
Yeah.
just because after a while, what they would do is they would just drop that clip in between like skits.
like if it was a commercial.
Yeah, like
the
if
fake
it was a
the
commercial
fake
and you were
commercials,
getting
yeah.
a lowered expectations commercial.
Yeah,
in
those
between.
fake commercials
So
are.
so they definitely plugged it into your head. I'm sure you heard you hear that jingle and other things now, like do 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 do. You're like you almost feel like you gotta hold a cup of coffee when you hear some shit like that. It's so steamy. It's crazy how they never burn their mouth on that coffee. Like, that shit is straight out the fucking...
Like that shit.
I can't wait to go to work, honey.
They added that steam in After Effects after. They're like, you know what, let's add this steam in.
Yeah, this is fucking Kahlua and rum. Oh, man. Classic. 2020's been a good ride, though. Regardless. I think that the current state of everybody, like the way the internet had kind of just like desensitized everybody, and the way everything was kind of just really wacky, not necessarily surreal. I wouldn't even call it surreal. I think it was just very comedic. Like, the world was becoming kind of, well, I can't even say the world. I'll just say like American culture, right? And I mean, it's not good for like the health and medical side of things for sure, because people are foolish. But I think it did kind of help with kind of coping with it a little bit mentally for a lot of people. Maybe. And a lot of people are already like internet hounds. Like, they were already used to being on the internet. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
So it's just like, it was an easy transition. And I think that goes back to my whole shit about like, what the fuck? Like, maybe this is a setup. It was a fucking setup the whole time.
I mean,
because how easy was it for Amazon to just move right in and just everything?
Yeah,
everything was easy.
I'm not gonna say it was a setup. I'm not fucking gonna go down that route. But I'm gonna say that society at the beginning of 2020, right before all of this shit popped off, let's just go back to 2019, summer of 2019, before it even popped off in China.
Summer?
Yeah,
okay,
before it even popped off in China, right?
All right.
So let's go all the way back. Society right now was already set up for this. It wasn't necessarily like oh, let's drop the virus because, you know, we as X amount of companies want to make bread.
I see what you're saying.
Like, we are living in the best time in human history to go through a pandemic. Right?
Yeah.
So imagine if we were in the days where there wasn't a lot of telecommuting jobs. There wasn't Amazons. There wasn't free shipping from Target or whoever else you're getting free shipping from nowadays. Like, all of that was already there. It's just the only thing they had to do was increase their workforce. So they only needed to expand the amount of delivery drivers they had. But the system of delivery was already... I mean, we were already getting next day, sometimes same day Amazon deliveries. Bro,
same day Amazon delivery was crazy, yeah.
That's what I miss.
That's kind of like nostalgic now.
That's what I miss about that from pre-COVID
sure.
USA, at least. I don't know how you guys have it in other countries, but pre-USA COVID was popping. Like, we for some items, we had same day Amazon delivery. And that was like, oh my God. Like, you were like, oh crap, I need a memory card for my camera because I'm going to go shoot in a couple hours. Amazon's like, cool, we'll be there by 1 o'clock. Like, bet.
Well, mine was even crazier for same day because I work nights. So I go into work at 2 a.m. So
right.
Let's say I wake up like at 12 sometimes 11 if I'm going to wake up a little early. Sometimes really late. I'll wake up at 1 sometimes. It happens. And then you just got to rush. But let's just say I woke up and I wanted to buy something in that moment. Like, if it said same day, that literally meant that by the time I got home, I would have that item.
Yeah, that's perfect.
And all I had to do was just purchase it as soon as I woke up.
That's perfect.
Before I went to work. Because I still qualified for that same day window. And it was crazy. So to me, it was even crazier. It was just like, what the fuck? It was like magic.
The only same day shit you can get right now, and that's still like, you got to just have good timing with it. But it's like, I forget what it's called. Amazon Fresh, I think that's what it's called. Where they do
groceries and shit?
Yeah, where they get the groceries.
Well, that makes sense.
When they get the groceries from Whole Foods and bring them to you.
Well, that makes sense. 'Cause I thought you were going to say like books or something. I'm like, oh man, no, dude. Not even books.
Yeah, no, you can't get
I've had some books where it takes you like a whole week. And then you get it and it's like a fucking paperback. I'm like, what the hell? Like, what the fuck was that?
That's rough.
What was the point of that?
That's rough.
Yeah, you could have shipped this shit in an envelope for real. I would have been good. Like, you didn't have to do UPS.
Man, speaking of books, I just this week I just finished for the first time. I never picked it up. I never owned it actually. Like I've always, I've read 1984, but I never got Orwell's Animal Farm.
Oh, that's a fucking classic.
Yeah, and since I had that extra Audible credit, I went ahead and got Animal Farm.
Nice.
And you know what? Like, I really like that story. Like,
it's weird how he uses the animals to tell that whole story.
I really like that story. Like, that shit was tight. Like,
I experienced Animal Farm 2 times in my school history.
Right.
And the 2 times are totally different. Like, I remember the first time I experienced it, I thought it was the dumbest shit ever. I was like, what is this stupid shit with fucking farm animals talking and they're creating this odd hierarchy?
I remember
I don't give a fuck.
They try to do that to us in high school. They try to give us that.
Oh, yeah.
But I ditched so much that I just literally skipped majority of that segment of the school year where we had that book on point. And that sucked. Like, looking back, that sucked because now I wish I would have actually read it then maybe not instead of now, but I wish I would have got into it then because there's a good lesson to be had there in that book.
There is, but you just weren't ready. It wasn't for your time at that time.
It definitely wasn't.
Yeah, it just wasn't for you at that time. And let's just say you do read it at that time when it's not for you, you may never pick that fucking book up again. Because you might say, I read that before. That shit sucked. You know what I mean? Yeah. That's possible.
It definitely like hit different now. I mean, I guess now because I understand the differences between political and social viewpoints, right? And I understand
perspectives. You have perspective.
And I understand that the story that it's really trying to tell, because Orwell himself was a socialist originally. Right. He believed in socialism from the get-go, but he saw how it...
Well, it's not a crime, first of all, to believe in anything at its onset anyway, right? When you're just trying to figure it out.
On paper, socialism sounds great.
No, there's still people who vie for it because of that.
Of course.
Yeah, to a ridiculous degree is what I mean. Not just the fact that they vie for it, but they really think it's a realistic thing that should be possible. Because it's like, what the fuck?
The thing about socialism is initially it's always great. The beginning stages of it is always great. But no matter what, it always seems to evolve into some form of authoritarianism. And you could see that, obviously, if you look at... I mean, there's a prime example. One of the most famous, terrible men in history was Hitler, right? He obviously hated communism.
Right.
But the Nazi Party was the National Socialist Party, right? So initially, it was about socialism. It was about community of Germans, not anybody else, but for his perspective, right? And the problem really is it's that saying, that old saying of absolute power corrupts absolutely, right? And that's basically the premise of the entire Animal Farm.
Yeah.
Right.
Yeah.
So it was pretty interesting, like how that story played out. I really liked it. I probably listened to it again because it was.
But it's crazy that ironically that kind of shit only happens in social structures.
Yeah.
Because like the animal kingdom, it's just like no, whoever's just
kill or be killed, right?
Is just that's it.
Right.
That's absolute power.
I mean, that's nature, right?
Yeah.
Only the strong survive, kill or be killed, whatever, survival of the fittest. Whatever phrasing you want to use to explain that, that's what that is.
Well, natural selection, right?
But
evolution.
It was a very good book. It's very short, though, but it's right to the point. It doesn't need to be any longer.
It doesn't need to be any longer, yeah. That's exactly what I was about to say. I was like, if that book's any longer, then it's crap. It loses its point.
I mean, that's something I've been getting into lately at work because... since like half of my fucking team is out due to COVID test, they're not even sick. They just got a positive test, most likely a false positive test. There was somebody actually at my job who got a positive test, right? And then I won't say I won't say his name because I don't want to get him busted.
Well,
but
yeah. I
but
didn't think
he
you
got a
can say
positive
that.
test, and he was out, right? But then the next day he went and got another test from a different location, same style test, the nasal swab test, and he went. He got this one, I think, at Dodger Stadium, the second one, and it came back negative next day, right? But he
Okay.
enjoyed his 2-week vacation because he got that positive. He never brought
Yeah,
up
well-
the fact he got the negative test.
Yeah, well,
just to
that's
enjoy the 2 weeks.
honestly, that's part of the new plug for
Right.
some people. Like,
Yep.
and I've already seen it at my job too. It hasn't been taken advantage of as severely, but like, yeah, people are gonna take 2 weeks now. Now, if you're
Yeah.
sick, people do not want you to go
Well,
to work.
like they hit us up. They told us straight up, like right at the beginning of it. They said, "Hey, like if you do get a positive test, or you're out because you have to, because maybe you might have been in contact with somebody and you have to await the results of a test, like they'll pay up to I think 10 days. I think that's what it said, up to 10 days. So that's 2 weeks essentially, right? I mean, that's,
Yeah,
that's
pretty
your,
much.
That's your. Well, I mean,
A
realistically, you only
work
work 5
weeks,
days.
yeah, pretty much.
So yeah, that's pretty much it. So he better hope he don't get it for reals, because then he gonna be out with
And
no
he's
money.
not gonna get that money,
Right?
yeah.
See, that's that boy cries wolf shit right there, right? Like,
Of course.
right? I mean, that's that right there. But
Of course, that's why when it was allowed, I used to go into work sick all the time.
Oh,
But not like, and don't get me wrong, disclaimer, because I bet you, what the fuck, you going to work sick? No. I mean, like, if I had a sore throat or I had a runny nose, I'm going into fucking work, man. It's not a big deal. I can still work. And since I work in the medical industries, even back in the days when I would get sick, we would wear masks. So that's just always been a mandatory thing anyway. Like, if you're coughing and sneezing up all over the place, put a mask on your fucking face, you fucking
Right.
sick bastard. You know, that's different. The mask shit isn't about catching shit. It's about spreading shit, you fucks. Like, what? How hard is that to fucking figure out? Jesus Christ. Yeah, it's a real problem, though. Like, here in L.A., like, I've had some schedule changes that had me going into work a little bit earlier, like 8 o'clock, and traffic is still fucking ridiculous.
Yeah.
Meaning people are out. Doing what? I don't even fucking know.
I mean,
man.
I know for sure it at least it was for a minute getting back up to almost pre-COVID numbers in terms of traffic. But I think it's died down again a little bit. But I notice it because, you know, I go to work at like 4 a.m.
Yeah.
Right? So it's like usually it's like
that's
for
still
the
during a little bit of curfew, though.
well, yeah. But for the
Right?
most part, it was like it would be nobody on the streets. Like I would always see like the same 2 cars backing out of their driveways or whatever. Right? Because I always leave like on point, like at the same time every day, right? I don't know. I'm weird like that.
No. I get it, though.
I'm weird like that. My shit's all set up. I set
Because
my
now
shit
that
up
I go at 2 a.m, yeah, like there's maybe a couple cars now.
Right,
And
but-
I'm like, I used to see a little more.
But just before
could
they
tell that.
announced this recent set of new lockdowns here in Los Angeles, I noticed that like there would be a lot more cars on the street. Like I would come out because I come straight down, right, and I turn on Crenshaw,
Okay.
right, and then usually when I make that right, there's no cars. So I just come up to the stop and just fucking whatever. I'm out. Nobody there. But for like that week, it was like that week right before. I think it's like we just hit peak. Everybody returned back to work shit, right? And it was like right there, like you just start seeing hella cars like all day. There'd be a bunch of cars at the 7-Eleven right there.
Yeah.
People in the Starbucks drive-through already. I'm like, yo, what? Like, are we already back? Like, we back? And then literally like the next week, you see fucking goofball, fucking governor and fucking loser fucking mayor coming up onto the screen telling us we need to lock down, don't have Christmas, don't do that shit,
don't have Chris.
don't eat turkey for Thanksgiving.
Oh, man.
Like if you forget the stuffing, you definitely got to get a vaccine. You know that bullshit. was
Honestly,
trash,
regardless,
man.
I didn't eat turkey on Thanksgiving, though. I'm more of a ham person.
We did, but we
I like
we
ham.
didn't make shit this year. We actually ordered everything from Lucille's,
Okay.
and you know Lucille's got that fire smokehouse shit, but it was decent. The turkey was actually like not dry.
Well, because I'm sure they deep fry it there probably, too. Was it fried? A little bit,
I think
like
it was.
crunchy
I think
on
it was
the
baked.
outside?
I think it was baked.
Mm.
It was their baked shit.
I just don't fuck with turkey like that, though.
Yeah,
I
I mean,
don't
I
know.
only fuck with it
I'm
once a year.
just- I mean,
I only fuck with it.
damn.
I literally only fuck with it once a year, and every once in a while we'll get turkey burgers. We'll
You
do
know
turkey
what?
burgers.
Honestly, I think it's a problem with just birds. I don't really fuck with birds like that.
Chicken either?
Like, I'm not really a big chicken fan, to be honest. It's all right. I mean, I'll eat it for sure. It's probably the bird I'd eat, right?
Yeah.
But I don't even really fuck with that. Like, unless it's in like a strip form, chicken strips.
Chicken strips sound good too.
Yeah, chicken strips. I could do that.
Yeah, chicken strips always work.
Right. So it's like, I don't know. I'm just not too fond of the birds for like protein and shit. I'll eat a fucking chicken though. I'll dip that shit in something. I don't know. I'll eat a fucking chicken though. But imagine eating a fucking flamingo, dude.
Do people do that? I'm sure somebody's done that.
Oh, dude, flamingos exist in Florida. You think some fucking Florida people haven't ate some flamingos?
Where do they go? They go to where? They go somewhere in South America, right?
Oh, they go to like, there's
that
a
one
pink
crazy
lake.
lake? Yeah.
Yeah, that's in Bolivia.
That's how they turn pink, right?
Yeah. Because they're white normally.
Right.
Yeah.
Then that's how they turn pink. They go into that shit and it stains them, right?
Yeah. In that area, yeah.
It dyes their fucking
But
hair.
eventually, I think the other pink ones, I think they just evolved that way after a while.
Nah.
They probably just
Maybe.
started messing with
I
too
guess
many of
maybe.
those dyed pink ones. They bred and they were just like, they're like, fuck it, mommy was pink. I don't even know why. Or maybe it was dad. It was like, dad's fucking pink, dude. That's why I got this little baby shade of pink. I'm a little beige. Has there ever been a beige flamingo? Yeah, but I wouldn't eat a fucking flamingo. Actually, I take that back. Maybe I would. I don't know. The only way I could tell you definitively if I would eat the fucking bird or not, based on the bird, is after you pluck all its feathers. I want to see that shit plucked. you could, that's the you could tell a lot from a fucking plucked bird. It's basically like send nudes, bird.
Send nudes. Yeah. I'd like to see where the nuggets come from.
Dude,
You remember that commercial? That
that
Carl's
shit ain't
Jr.
even
commercial?
bird, dude.
You remember that?
That shit ain't even bird.
You remember that Carl's Jr. commercial?
Which one?
When they first introduced like chicken strips.
Them stars, little junior stars.
They first introduced them chicken strips, and they did like, it would, it'd be one of those like almost like a photo shoot type of spot where it's like all white background, white floor, and everything.
Yeah,
You know what I
okay.
mean? Like right, and they would just they had like a chicken on a stool, and it was
Okay.
something like where the nuggets or something like that,
Oh,
right? Like or it was
man.
like.
I think I do kind of
but
remember
because
that.
like it was like they were
find the nuggets, or
right, because they were
something,
like taking a shot at like McDonald's and
McDonald's
Wendy's
having-
and stuff like that, who already had chicken nuggets, and they were taking shots like
because we had
they're-
chicken strips.
because
yeah.
there are no nuggets on the chicken, right? Like they're
Yeah.
like that's all processed like this, and then their whole thing was it's like real breast meat and whatever,
Yeah, that's what I was gonna ask next. Like, where does the fucking strip meat come
And they're-
from? But
they're-
then I'm like, yeah, it's breast meat. That's right.
And
It's
and
that
and
white
their
breast
strips
meat.
aren't even that fire, like to be coming out with that ad campaign like that. Like
No, but that's why they had to do that ad campaign, because they had some butt ass strips.
it's
They
their
were
batter.
Like,
Their batter is trash.
they were like, our strips are so bad, these motherfuckers prefer some kangaroo nuggets from McDonald's, dude, or
Yeah.
whatever that shit is. I heard it. They've got koala beak in that shit. It's weird, man.
Kangaroo nuts.
You never know with McDonald's. I feel like McDonald's and Disney
Nah,
are like
you-
in cahoots.
Do you remember a couple years ago? It was longer than a couple years ago now. At least 10 years ago now, I would say.
10 years, 2018?
Yeah. No.
No, 2010.
10.
2010?
Yeah.
Shit.
I would say 10 to 12, somewhere in that range, right?
Okay.
IKEA got caught serving. You know how IKEA got them Swedish meatballs?
Oh, yeah, yeah.
You remember
yeah.
those?
I do remember those.
Like
What was up with those Swedish meatballs? I remember something.
You
about
remember,
that,
right?
though.
There was something.
I
right?
never fucked with them, and I
never
would
fucked
see
with them either.
people, and I would see people buy them like they were serious. Like,
Them
they were-
fucking Zlatan balls and shit.
Yeah, and I was like, those don't even look like good meatballs. When people, I'm like, I'll take a fucking hot dog, whatever.
Yeah,
is in
whatever
that.
else they
whatever
got.
the fuck's in that. I don't give a fuck, but I've had it before. I don't give a fuck. What's I mean?
Nah, it ended up being they found, and it wasn't in the United States. It was somewhere in Europe too, I think. It wasn't even here.
Oh shit.
But
I was hoping it was U.S., but that it makes even more sense though. Let's see.
It was actually horse meat.
Oh,
they figured it was
shit.
horse meat.
These motherfucking Comanches snuck into fucking IKEA. I knew it. They love that horse meat.
Yeah,
Jesus
they realized it
Christ.
was horse meat, so that was weird. I remember that shit. I remember thinking about that, like, what the fuck?
I wonder if the people liked them though still.
I mean,
But like questioned it. Like obviously they liked them if they were buying them, but I wonder if anybody was like, "Oh, the fucking taste kind of changed a
I'm
little
like
bit."
interested to see.
Oh shit!
Well, I want to know, like, yeah, like how
hey,
did they
this fucking like it's ooh.
Swedish horse balls?
Hey, this shit is fucking. This shit's got some muscle on it or some shit. I don't know.
Swedish horse balls.
I feel like this meatball came from something that runs fast as fuck. I don't know.
That is a thing, though. That is a thing, though.
What, Swedish meatball?
There's a recipe right there. First result on Google. I typed
Oh,
in
you see? So
Swedish
they like that
horse
shit
balls.
over there. They fucking fuck with those horse balls.
2013, actually.
But is it real testicles, like horse testicles, or they're just
No, it's just horse
balled
meat.
up?
It's just horse meat. It was originally broke. I think it looks like it said Wall Street Journal originally broke this news. That's an odd.
What the fuck?
It's an odd outlet to break this story.
I think you should check Snopes.
No, I don't trust Snopes. Jamie, young Jamie.
I think you should check Snopes. That's how we'll know the truth for sure.
No, we definitely won't. They got caught. They got caught lying recently too. And the thing is, like, if like I've seen shit that they've done where they say, "Oh, this is false," right? But then like it's only false because they didn't provide the rest of the information, right? So it's like even like not saying something is also lying, right?
So it's just like they're at fault for not being thorough
Right.
enough.
But not in a way where it was like, oh, we just like didn't find that piece of information. It was more of we just left that information out to fit
like,
our narrative.
Yeah, like ours.
I mean,
our piece.
it's the internet. Ain't nobody unbiased on the internet anymore.
Right.
Like you can't find an unbiased news source or an unbiased like fact-checking organization. Everybody's like, it's either run by the left, run by the right, run by another country, or run by just some fucking moron in his basement. It's always some different shit, but it's always biased. According to the Wall Street Journal, IKEA, the Swedish furniture giant, was drawn into Europe's growing horse meat scandal after food inspectors in the Czech Republic found traces of horse meat in a batch of IKEA's signature food item, Swedish
Signature.
meatballs. While the scandal has been raging in Europe for weeks, many of the tainted products were relatively obscure. Not so for the IKEA meatball. An estimated 150 million of which are consumed around the world.
Oh, so that shit wasn't just there.
They are selling balls, bruh.
Horse balls.
They are not only selling shitty furniture, but they are also selling them balls.
Wow. Damn. Now I'm gonna just watch the people eat them now. Like I feel like I'm gonna do that. Like while I'm in line, I'm gonna be like, "Who's ordering the horse balls?" I wonder if they know. But you know what's crazy about the internet more than anything else is okay. Like people are still gonna go there and order those horse balls, right?
Right.
And it's not like super conspiratorial. Like, hey, did you hear they have horse balls? Like, the information's out there. Like, it's probably gotten to you, maybe. And even if it hasn't, you could find it if you want. You could be like, I wonder what's in these fucking meatballs. And you'd find out the hard way or whatever. But I feel like they'd still go back.
Damn.
And be like, you know what?
Also in 2013, IKEA takes almond cake off shelves after fecal bacteria found. They were not having a good 2013, man. Like whoever was like head of their food, part of their company, I'm sure that motherfucker got fired for reals, because that shit, those two things right there is just, that's not a good look.
But he was having a great time.
And to be fair, this was 7 years ago, so this is not we're not talking about IKEA right now. If you're watching and you think IKEA is fucking up right now, they might be. But
I mean, and
this
that's
is old
just-
news. It's just something we came up and
But
I'm
wait a
just
minute,
searching
but
through.
that's just also food, and that's not even what IKEA sells.
That's a
bonus.
If you are buying food from a furniture store,
Yeah, then fuck it.
then
You
the
deserve
risk is
to
on
eat
the
horse
risk is
balls.
your fault. I mean that's
Then you 100% deserve to eat
right.
horse
You
balls.
you are
eat those horse
100%
balls.
liable. 100% liable.
You dip those motherfucking horse balls in some au jus.
And Wall Street Journal actually broke that one too.
Wall Street Journal was just gunning for IKEA that year.
Damn.
They were a little upset.
They were on it, bro.
Yeah.
I wonder what that stock looked like around that time.
I wonder if you could sous vide Swedish horse balls.
You can sous vide anything. There's actually there's a YouTube channel. Shout out to sous vide everything. That motherfucker sous vides everything. I tell you right now.
Well,
See,
he
on our
needs to know
next
this.
episode,
He needs to sous vide some fucking Swedish horse balls. I want to see it sous
Look,
vide.
I promise y'all next time we'll have another plug-in to like pull up videos and whatever we're reading, and we'll show it on screen too. We'll definitely have that set up for the next time. This was more of a just a hey, let's
On
do
the whim.
something. Let's do it right now. Fuck it, get this out the way.
Yeah. On the whim.
Yeah. Sous vide everything. Where my dude at? Let's see.
Sous vide's kind of weird to me, but like I accept it. I get it. I get what's happening, but it is still a little weird, a little
Yeah.
bit. But I also want to eat like a sous vide steak without ever putting a crust on it. I just want to see what the fuck that tastes like.
It's like baked basically.
I know, but it just must taste like the inside. Like if you just cut the inside, you know what I mean?
Right,
I
right.
just want to go through that.
No, you
It'll
could.
be so
Yeah, you
fucking
could.
weird. But yeah, I probably won't like it, but I'll still eat the son of a bitch. Who cares? It's a steak.
Yeah,
Yeah,
pretty much.
And don't ever just sous vide a steak with ever leaving the possibility that, hey, if it doesn't taste good, you throw it away. No way. I don't care what the fuck you do to that steak. You better eat that bitch. You know what I mean?
Yeah. Unless you do what this dude actually did and cook that steak for like a month.
Yeah, see, that's crazy. I don't even. How does your sous vide thing even stay on for a month?
You just plug it in and run it.
And that's it? It doesn't have a timer or anything?
No, I mean you just set the temperature on it and it sits in your container where your water is. You just have the lid on.
Damn.
It's just gonna maintain that temperature basically the whole time.
What the fuck does sous vide even mean?
That's a good question too. It's also a very good question.
I mean, it sounds French. I'm assuming it's French.
Yeah, I would assume so too.
Ah, shit. Let's look up the translation
Yeah,
of sous
do
vide.
that. You look at the translation.
We gotta get this figured out, people. We gotta get this figured out. All right. From French to English, let's go.
Shoot. I mean, this dude sous vides everything. I mean, I know that that's the name of the channel, but fuck, dude. He really does it right. Swedish meatballs, though. That's crazy to me.
Does he have an episode like that or no?
No, I don't know. But they were selling 150 million meatballs worldwide. Like that's pretty nuts, dude. Like out of just any, like imagine selling 150 million of anything. Right? Like that shit made stupid bread. And I think they're like
Oh, there you go.
I think they're like $5 too.
I got it for you right here.
Vacuum pack.
There you go. Simple. Sous vide is French for vacuum pack, people, in case you didn't know.
Vacuum pack cooking.
Vacuum pack your meat. That's the message of the day. I'm going to buy a t-shirt that says, vacuum pack your meat. Hey, don't forget to vacuum pack your meat.
Yeah, so I'm thinking about getting a whole little sous vide setup. Get the tank, get the heater, Get the vacuum sealer. Order some good steaks on, I don't know, on the internet somewhere. I saw Derek Carr just bought the whole offensive line. Omaha steaks and some grills and shit. I was like, that's a cool ass quarterback right there, bruh. Like, cause these motherfuckers are balling. They can buy watches and all the other shit that you always see quarterbacks gift their offensive line. But steaks and a grill, shit.
I want my linemen to eat.
Cause they all live in Vegas now, right? So it's like, they all got new cribs and shit.
Yeah, they're grilling in the wintertime.
Yeah.
Yep.
They grilling year round out there.
Yeah, they're
sure.
grilling
Easy.
year round, yeah.
Easy.
Right now, the East Coast is getting blasted, and they're grilling.
Yeah.
They're out here, Omaha steaks and
But see,
Traeger
you wouldn't
grill.
even need to worry about any of that because if you sous vide, you just do that shit any time of the year. You do that shit on your countertop.
You could
and
do
then all you
that
gotta
shit
do-
in a bunker
Right?
underground.
Like, all you got to do is just, that's real easy. You sous vide your steak to whatever temperature you want it at, your cook temperature. And then you just get a fucking skillet real hot. And just, right? Sear that bitch up on both sides. Get that
I'm just
nice
trying
little
to.
crust.
I'm just trying to think of like things to sous vide.
Anything. If you look on his channel, he got like sous vide pork, sous vide chicken, sous vide fish, and.
But what about
seafood.
like sous vide cookies or like something random like that?
I think the cookies need the air though.
No, for sure. But like, what if you put an already made cookie in a sous vide? What would happen to it?
Nothing. It would just get hot.
It would just get hot. But like when you open it, would it instantly melt?
Oh,
Like, that's what I mean.
That's
Like
a
it's just
good
fucking
question.
weird. It just makes you start
Good
thinking like that.
question.
Like just like, oh shit, it just liquefied.
Yeah, that's a good question.
I don't know. Could you like ever sous vide a person? Because the old sci-fi trick is like cryo sleep, right?
Right.
That's kind of like sous videing a person, but like it's like reverse. Like it's cold instead of hot. Right? Get sous vide, vacuum packed. Oh, man. I'm going to invent a cereal just called sous vide. So, like, if French kids ever eat my cereal,
And it's just these small. You just buy it in bricks, like this fucking, like just it looks
Yeah,
like bricks of just cocaine or some
yeah,
shit.
and you gotta actually cut a slice of cereal for yourself if you want some in the morning. You hold your bowl there and you just
Like,
saw into that bit.
You want some cereal,
Some
so you
shavings?
so you pull out your knife and you flick open your knife and you just stick it in the corner. Just get a little.
Oh man, some cereal shavings.
Or just
Wow.
get a little shot of some cereal real quick, little key of some cereal.
Yeah, and so if my cereal's named sous vide, and little French boys going to school and girls going to school, and they go, "Oh my God, what did you have for breakfast?" Even though French people probably don't eat cereal for breakfast, that's an American thing. But this is my little imagination. Anyways, so like they'd go over there and be like, "I had sous vide." So it'd be like us saying I had vacuum packed. That was the cereal that I ate. What if someone went to school and just told you they had vacuum packed? Hey, what'd you have? I had Cheerios, Kicks, Cocoa Puffs, Cookie Crisp. What about you, Chris? I had, I had a good old trusty vacuum packed. Oh, man, I'd love to put it in one of those old vacuum bags, too. Like, that's how you buy it.
That's what I'm saying. It would come on the shelf just vacuum sealed in little bricks. And you just, like, 'cause you know how cereal is, right? All the boxes lined up. But this would be bricks just stacked, right? And you
stacked.
just walk up and just grab a couple stacks real quick. Boom, boom, boom. Or I'll take some of the.
Yeah, like, people would be able to see your ass when they're walking in the store. Like, damn, oh, shit, he's going to be eating breakfast right for a minute. Oh, shit.
I mean, I feel like they could save way more space if they just did that. They don't need.
Well, I'm sure that's how it was, like, provisioned in the Old West.
Well, they didn't vacuum seal it, but yeah.
No, not vacuum seal, but you just got a bag of shit, always. Like, everything just carried a bag. Like, oh, that's on the shelves.
And you just threw a bag of gold coins on the fucking.
Nobody knew how to count.
Little
Sometimes
pouch.
just like, that looks about enough.
A little pouch of fucking gold coins.
I
and shit.
reckon that's the right price.
God damn.
Like, what the hell? I'd love to, like, if time travel ever gets invented, I'd love to just go in the past and just drop off Chuck E. Cheese tokens. Just barter with people and then come back.
That's probably one of the businesses that's probably not going to come back.
What?
Chuck E. Cheese.
Oh, yeah. Chuck E. Cheese isn't coming back.
They're probably not going to come back.
No, but they were already losing out to the Jake's Incredible Pizza.
I don't know what the fuck that is.
Exactly, because you haven't been in the child game for a minute. But Jake's Incredible Pizza is like a giant Chuck E. Cheese. Like, you go in the front, you order, you're like, oh, I want buffet or I want endless pizza. And then they just have like a little buffet where you, like a salad bar, right? But they also have different varieties of pizzas that you just go and grab whenever you're ready. They just bring them out hot. They're not the greatest pizzas or whatever, but pizza's fucking pizza, man. Like, you'll eat a fucking whole shit ton of slices sometimes.
To be honest, one of my favorite pizzas is the shittiest pizza on the planet.
Little Caesars?
Okay, so two of my favorite pizzas.
Little Caesars is all right.
7-Eleven pizza. I know it sounds... What? My girl hates it. She fucking hates it.
No, but it goes to my point that pizza's pizza. Even bad pizza is not bad. It's not bad overall food.
I always tell her, like, I like really good pizzas, like really gourmet pizzas, and I like every kind of pizza, like, in between. Like, not every kind in terms of, like, toppings and shit, because pineapple does not belong on pizza. But what I mean is the style of pizza, from, like, a Chicago deep dish to, like, the slimmest New York thin crust. You know what I mean? Like,
it's just a combination of fucking cheese and bread and meat. That's fucking delicious. And sometimes vegetables, too. Yeah. It's fucking crazy.
Remember when we had that Rance's pizza?
Yeah, that deep dish?
That fatty deep dish? That was delicious.
It's crazy,
absolutely delicious.
And that's a full meal.
Right.
Like, you're good
one
for a few
slice.
hours.
One slice, yeah.
You're good for a few hours.
That shit is stupid.
Like, I don't even,
Because it's like that thick. The slice is probably like that big.
I think that should.
Delicious.
Honestly, I think that we should petition that to be the birthday cake. Instead of a fucking birthday cake, you just get a deep dish pizza with candles and shit. Whatever. Put whatever the fuck you want in it. But that's the new birthday cake. You gotta put a candle.
Just give it.
Yeah, it's the new birthday cake.
Just bring it.
Just sing over it or whatever.
And what's really cool, actually, that's a very good idea, because what's cool about them is they sell them not cooked. Yeah. So you could buy, I think it's like half baked or whatever, and then you bring it home and finish it in your oven.
Yeah.
Like, that's actually pretty smart.
That's good, yeah.
Yeah, I think that's what I'm gonna. When they ask me what kind of cake I want next year, I'm gonna be like,
I want Rance's.
I want that.
Yeah.
I want that Chicago deep dish. I'm like, that's not cake.
Rancid today.
Like, it's not your birthday.
Yeah, and it is cake. It's a pie. Yeah.
Right. It's a pie. It's close enough.
It's close. I mean, what's the real difference? Because the truth is,
cheesecake isn't a cake. It's a pie.
Yeah, exactly.
But it's called cake.
Yeah, that is true. What the fuck, man?
Right.
Cheese pie.
And usually I ask for a cheesecake on my birthday, so I'm going to ask for now a cheesecake and a cheese pie.
You know what? No, but you know what it is too, though, is I don't know if it was the older generation, like our parents or their parents, that started the cake thing, but I talk to a lot of people that do not even give a fuck about cake. Yeah. Like, it's just the birthday thing. Like, oh, it comes. I don't ever eat my own birthday cake. Like, they eat it. That's what most people say.
Oh, shit. Yeah,
and I'm like, yeah, that makes sense.
I
like,
typically eat the most of it.
Who likes cake?
I like cake a lot.
I mean, I like cake, but it has to be a specific type of cake.
Yeah.
Like, of course. Yeah, I'm specific about my cake, but I don't hate cake either. But I wouldn't, like, if I had a choice between cake and pie, I'm going pie. 100%.
You know what cake is really good? That paradise cake from King's Hawaiian.
Yeah. I bought that from my mom on her birthday. So I just recently had it.
Yeah, that's the heat, boy. That
one, and
that's the best cake.
And honestly, I don't like chocolate cakes either, but the chocolate dobosh that they got there.
I like chocolate cake too.
The dobosh at King's Hawaiian.
I never had it.
That's the fucking greatest chocolate cake in the entire world.
Right,
I'm not even fucking around.
I'm gonna fuck with it.
I'm not even fucking around because I don't like chocolate like that.
I might just. Or if you're gonna fucking go hard on it like that.
I swear to God.
I
I've introduced this shit to a lot of people where they're like, "Where the fuck did you get that cake?"
All right,
and I'm like, "That's a fucking cake."
Next episode, we should do a taste test of that cake.
We'll dopage it up.
We could get, because they sell individual slices.
Yeah.
Right. So we'll go
for my son.
We'll go get a slice, and I'll do the taste test on cam, and I'll verify if it is the world's best chocolate cake.
Oh shit, it's going.
Because I like chocolate cake, for sure.
I don't really care for chocolate cake.
You know what cakes I don't like though is the ones where they put that, I can't remember what the word is called. What the fuck is it called?
I know what you're talking about. Fondant.
Yeah, I don't like that shit though.
I don't like that shit either. It
like
feels
that
like
shit.
I'm eating plastic.
Yeah,
like
I don't
am
like
eating
that
plastic?
shit though. But I like how the cakes look. Like that's a dope art.
It's great.
It's a dope art.
It's great because it allows you to sculpt.
Right.
You know what I mean?
I like that shit. It looks cool.
So it's interesting.
But
biting into that shit, it just ruins everything.
Yeah, like I peel that shit off. Like it's funny because you could just peel it off. It's weird.
Like when you bite into something like that, it's like you instantly feel all the worst memories of your life at once.
I instantly regret it every time.
My soul hurts. What the fuck was that? Why is that shit so thick? Yeah, and then there's supposedly cake underneath it. I don't even know what the cake feels like underneath.
You just give up.
Like, yeah, like it's just imaginary. Like that shit might have just been air underneath that bitch. I don't even know. I didn't see no fucking cake. Don't you dare come at me with some fondant cake. I swear to God. I'll put a fucking finger through that shit.
That's the worst shit. The cakes look so cool though. I'll give them that. They be doing some crazy shit with them cakes. But nah, that shit and it
I've seen other cake art that's better.
It has a weird taste though too, man.
Well, because it just feels like it's sugar skin. That's the only way to describe it. Like it's just it's sugar flesh. Like they created sugar flesh.
It is. It's so gross. It's like pig skin and shit with sugar.
But
like,
just way too much sugar. Just made out of absolute sugar. You know what I mean?
That shit is gross, son. That shit is gross.
Yeah, it's bad.
But other cakes though with like regular fucking frosting.
Tres leches cake is the fucking most fire cake in the world.
That's a good cake. I like those moist kind of cakes like that.
I like.
That's why I like that.
Yeah,
that
I
passion.
like moist.
That Hawaiian passion cake or whatever that shit's called.
It's really moist. It's basically a tres leches, but it's got the fruit.
For fruit
yeah,
instead
but it's
of
got
like
the fruit. Yeah.
savory. It's sweet instead of savory.
But it's a good kind of sweet because it's that fruit. Yeah.
Exactly. Oh,
even those slices of fruit that sit on the top. Yeah.
That
with
sounds
a little
so
bit of
good right now. That shit sounds so good right now.
That's actually the kind of cake that when you eat it, it's kind of refreshing for your mouth.
That's what I'm saying. Like that shit is really good. It's a good summer cake, like to eat during the summer. Like if somebody has a birthday in the summer.
Yeah.
Right.
But you know what? That's such a funny term to use for it. Like, hey. You want to know what's a good summer cake? Imagine telling someone that story.
I like cake, man. I like cake.
Oh shit! You're like cake. I like turtle kids.
You know what? There's this
this
spot that makes keto pastries.
Oh shit! Okay.
Right. So it's like no sugar. You know what I mean? But their shit is fucking delicious, bro.
Yeah, because fat is really sweet. You know what I mean? If
God.
they add a lot of fat to
it's so
it
good.
can become really sweet.
I can't remember what it's called though.
The best kind of sweet.
It's over there on
No, but I saw this place that sells liver pills.
What the fuck?
And Oregon pills, random Oregon pills. For like health, because people don't like to eat organs, and they're like, "Yeah, we get it." So we'll turn it into pill form for you. But to me, it's even weirder. I'd rather just eat the fucking organ, even if I don't like it. I'd rather just learn to eat the organ.
Yeah, I'm good.
Than the fucking liver pill.
I'm good. But fuck. It's over there on it's on Hawthorne, by the mall, by Galleria Mall.
Okay. I mean, there's a lot of spots right there.
You know where
like
you know where the bank is on that corner?
Where like Ohana
across the street though, the other side.
Where Boston Market is?
I think so, yeah.
Okay.
Like, but it generally like right there.
Okay.
Yeah, there's a little spot in there, and they do a lot of all the sugar-free like keto style.
Oh, that's crazy.
Pastries and shit. They got cookies, brownies. The brownies bomb. Cookies, brownies, and like they have cake, but they have like these little cups with the cake inside,
Okay.
and bro, they do this one where it's like I think they call it like their churro, right? So it's like cinnamon sugar supposed to be, you know, but there's no sugar, so you know, it's cinnamony. But like they have like this buttercream that they put in that shit. Oh my god, bro!
Man,
It's like for the
butter
frosting.
Anything is
For the frosting,
amazing.
it's like this, you know, buttercream frosting. Ooh my god,
No,
bro, that
butter
shit is
anything
fire.
is
And
just-
what's crazy
damn.
is because since it's not like overwhelmingly sweet, it's actually pretty refreshing. Like it's
Okay.
like a nice
Yeah.
moist cake to eat, and it's not sweet. It's just like a refreshing little
Yeah, I
meal.
feel that.
And since it's not sweet, you don't feel all like your mouth is not all like fucking like after, you know, that post sugary
Yeah, it's
mouth.
just nasty.
Right.
Like I just remembered something that has fondant on it that I had recently. It's those stupid cake pops from fucking Starbucks. That's what
they
those
put on
are.
there?
Well, that's what that is. That's why it's
That's
that
what they put
color
on there?
because I guess they just basically dip it in that.
That's whack.
Like kind of like
you're
those
supposed to-
dipped cones.
Like how they're supposed to do those is they're supposed to dip them in like chocolate, like
yeah, like
right,
a
that's
dipped
how,
cone.
right?
yeah.
That's how it's supposed to be. But if you
Ooh, speaking of dipped cone, that's a good one too. I love a good dipped cone.
McDonald's got the best dip cones.
Yeah, they do. McDonald's ice cream is actually pretty good. But
And then get an order of fries with that. Ooh.
the soft serve ice cream, man, that's the shit.
Yeah.
That's the shit.
Well, soft serve ice cream in general. Is
I don't
fire.
really give a fuck about the other ice cream, man. Like I never.
The ones that come with the ones in the package and shit. Like they come like the regular ice cream man that don't have the machine. He comes with all the fucking Choco Tacos.
Yeah,
and shit like
that shit. Yeah. Like I don't give a fuck about that.
I do like Choco Tacos though.
Choco Tacos is actually one of the most
Yeah.
classic fucking
Yeah,
ice creams
that
of
shit's
all
just
time.
cool.
It's the
That shit's
fucking
cool.
most genius shit ever.
Yeah. Smart.
Like it's one of the greatest inventions. Yeah.
Smart. Whoever invented that, I hope you made a lot of fucking money on that shit, man. I hope you didn't just sell it off to the company.
Actually, I want to figure out how he invented it because he must have done it by accident. You know what I mean? Because ice cream
You know what I
sandwiches
wonder?
probably already existed, right? And
What
they
if
did,
you-
for sure.
What if you made them? Like, but not. Like, what if you made, like, you know, like the.
I feel like
a
the
foodie.
recipe's out there.
Like
though.
a foodie. You know?
I feel like they do have, like, there's a website that will give you recipes for, like, things that you like
You
from,
know-
like, your fast food joints and so forth.
On my birthday, we were supposed to go to that Pirates Adventure show.
Mm-hmm.
You know, it's like medieval times, but it's
Yeah.
pirates and shit.
Yeah. Oh,
It's actually
Blackbeard.
It's actually right next door to medieval times. But anyway,
It's probably the same actors.
they-
switch out.
they were closed, of course,
Mm-hmm.
because of Corona. But nowhere on their shit did they say they were closed. Anyway, long story short, we went out there. We had tickets, right? We had already had tickets,
Okay.
and we went out there and they were closed. So we're like, okay, fuck it, we'll just try to get the refund, you know.
Okay.
So, but we were out there in the OC, and and it's my birthday, and we were going to dinner. So, we're like, fuck it, let's hop on Yelp and see what the fuck we can find around here, and just go fuck with some cool shit, you know?
Yeah.
Whatever, right? And it really wasn't nothing I was really feeling. Like I was already feeling that, and you know, money was a little tight, so we already had money into that, and we weren't getting a refund that night, so.
Right.
Right.
It was
I was
tied.
I
It was
wasn't trying to
tied.
like, and like my girl was taking me to dinner, so I wasn't trying to have her like come out the pocket twice for dinner like that. You know what I mean? So, you know, I looked on Yelp and tried to find
Yeah, it
something
was
that was
tied up.
kind
It
of
was
cool,
tied up.
but cheaper side, right?
Mhm.
So I mean, could have just went to a steakhouse, but I wanted something. You know, I didn't want to do her like that. I felt like that was kind of shady. She already got done dirty by
Is
that
the
fucking
country
pirate shit.
restaurant like still right in front of it? Like it's a weird country little restaurant. I forgot what it's
No,
called.
across the street. You mean? From there? No, it's Rock and Brews now.
Oh yeah, that's right. I remember
Yeah.
that.
We could have, see what I'm saying? Could have went to Rock and Brews and just had a cool, but I wasn't really feeling all that, you know.
Yeah.
So we found this spot
Yeah.
that did these fucking like corn dogs. Like, it was like a corn dog spot,
Mm-hmm.
but their batter wasn't like cornbread batter. It was like rice. So
Oh.
it was like rice on the outside, and they deep fry it So like, you know, when you bite into it, that shit was pretty cool, man.
Oh,
That shit wasn't
damn.
bad. The hot dogs was all right. I mean, I feel like they could have used better hot dogs, you know. But they had ones with like cheese in them and shit like that. But anyway, it was like two restaurants essentially in one, or well, they did two different things. They had like those dogs, right? And then they also did mochi donuts. And these motherfucking donuts were bomb, dude. Like if you guys can ever find a spot called Mochi Nut, dude, try it. I'm telling you. Look them up on Instagram. It's fucking fire. Like they make like their
Okay,
donuts.
yeah.
They're, you know, it's one of, that's what these spots was. It was like one of those Instagram foodie spots, you know. So it's like, oh, hey, fuck it, let's just try some shit we never tried.
Yeah,
Right?
dude,
Fuck it, you know.
and then get mochi nuts over horse nuts.
Yeah, for sure, for sure. But they were pretty good. They're you know, they're shaped like a, you know, like a regular donut, like it's a circle, but they're like, it's like little balls. That's the funny part. It's like little. It looks like
Balls is the theme of this episode, actually.
it looks like like Marge's pearl necklace. Like it's like round like that,
Okay.
and it's like even little balls that go around.
Yeah.
And it's basically like you could break it off and share type shit.
Okay.
It's, you know, because it's kind of hard to share a regular donut. You just rip that shit and smash it and all that, you know, like when
Yeah.
you're ripping it. This one is like you could break it off in little balls and like everybody could
that's
try
cool.
some. Because they have all these different little flavors and shit. But
Okay.
their glazed one tastes pretty much just like a Krispy Kreme donut, but not overwhelmingly sweet.
Yeah, not all that shit.
Yeah,
But
it
you
was-
can only have like one or two
Right.
of those damn.
It wasn't
Krispy Kreme.
overwhelmingly sweet, and since it's like mochi dough, it's really like refreshing as well, and like it's like spongy. Like sounds kind of weird, but it's really good. It's really good.
Mm.
If you ever get a chance, like you see that shit, you should try it. There's one in HP and shit actually, which is weird.
That is kind of a strange
Yeah.
place.
I
but-
thought so too,
But who knows? Maybe people like donuts over there a lot.
but I definitely want to check it out. Let's see. I'm gonna just pull it up on Instagram and.
All right, I gotta take a small bathroom break. But
Oh shit!
but
It's a
I'm-
pee time.
I'm gonna leave you with a question though. Like, what is your favorite donut of all time? From what place?
Oh man, favorite
Answer it to the
donut?
crowd.
Yeah. Favorite donut.
Oh, that's tough, bro.
But there's like go through the list of the places. There's Yum Yum.
I mean,
There's
you know, you got Yum Yum, you got your Dunkins, you got your Winchells, you got your California Donut Company, you got your Mochi Nut, you got your
there's like oh where else has donut?
I mean, but then you have different style of donuts, right? You have cake donuts, you got those French style donuts, you got whatever, like you got bars, right? There's maple bars, chocolate bars, right? Like a maple bar with a piece of maple bacon on top. That's always delicious. Bear claws are fucking fire. Apple fritters. Oh God, apple fritters are the shit. Donut holes, right? Just something basic. Regular donuts too. Damn, favorite donut, dude. That's a tough one. I have favorite donuts, but to pick just like if I could only eat one for the rest of my life. Oh man, if I can only eat one donut for the rest of my life.
Like, for instance, one of my all-time faves is like blueberry. Blueberry donuts are delicious.
Right there on Redondo Beach Boulevard, next to the 7-Eleven. Not the one across the street from the 7-Eleven, but the one in that same little parking lot right here by the hospital.
Yeah.
That spot right there, they got blueberry donuts, and they got blueberry donut holes. Best donut holes I ever had.
Wow.
Best donut holes for sure.
I walked in there the other day too. I forgot why.
Very delicious.
I didn't get any.
Very delicious. See, so that's what I'm saying. Like it's really hard for me to pick because I'm a donut connoisseur. I like donuts.
Yeah, but there's got to be one that you'll just like
Forever eat. Oh man, probably an apple fritter. Oh, it's so hard. I don't know, maybe apple fritter, maybe a strawberry French. I like the strawberry French. I don't know what they're actually called. They're like crouliers or some shit like that, I think.
Okay.
But yeah, the
Never
little
even heard
French
of that.
donut. You know, the little donuts that you begin at, like they're in a circle, but they're kind of spirally on the outside. Man, I'm gonna show you.
Yeah, just show me a picture, cause that's a dangerous visual. Like you just described a sea monster to me. Fuck.
French crouler. These.
Go French. Oh yeah. I know what you're talking
Yeah.
about. Cronuts.
No, not cronuts.
No, just like.
These things.
Yeah.
It would probably be that. It would probably be that. I don't know.
I'd probably just be good with a maple bar.
Maple bar. See, that's what I'm saying. Like, I got
Right,
favorites,
like-
bro. But I got
Like, it'll be alright.
like, I got a favorite at least half dozen. You know what I'm saying? That I would want for the rest of my life. Maple donut, the French one, the fucking apple fritter,
Donut holes.
right? The blueberry donut holes, fucking the maple bar with the maple bacon on top. I mean, there's a lot of donuts I really fuck with.
Fuck, man, I really want those blueberry donut holes now.
They're good, man.
That got
For
me
$1, man,
thinking,
shit,
that
you can't
got
even
me
go wrong.
thinking.
You cannot go wrong. And and obviously if they have the donut holes, they also have the regular donut as well. But
Yeah.
the donut hole is popping. For a donut hole, it's popping.
That's crazy. I gotta check that out. I'm really intrigued by that. Buy some fucking donuts. Buy some blueberry donuts. Oh, epic.
Yeah, no, that I'm telling you, dude, like blueberry donuts, if you really like them, that's your spot right there, bro. For reals, for reals.
Yeah, I gotta check that out. No, but I do. I like the way that they look all weird too. Like they look like they're like a multi-grain donut. Like,
Yeah, the little
yeah,
specks in it
yeah.
everywhere. Yeah.
Yeah, that's why it's like one of the most neglected donuts. Like everybody just looks at that shit and it just looks sad. Like, nah, man, what the fuck? This donut's rotting.
And it's like now, like,
like, oh,
it's
that's
run by like a
It's run
you know,
by like
two-
some
two-
Thai people,
but
yeah.
young though.
Yeah,
They're kind of
yeah,
young,
yeah.
you know.
Some
But
Thai
before
chicks, yeah.
it was run by this older Asian dude. I think that's his daughters,
Oh, okay.
right? And he used to run that shit solo or with his wife. But I think, and he was old, bro. And I think he just retired, you know, and they took over.
I'm surprised that thing's been up for that long.
Yeah,
too.
nah. The thing is it's because it's cool service. Like you go in there and the dude was really friendly, really nice old dude. Didn't speak a lot of English, but was super friendly to everybody, right?
Yeah,
And
yeah.
like we would come in, like me and my girl would always go get donuts like at night. So like we'd probably go like, you know, after dinner, maybe about 7 o'clock, 8 o'clock, basically like right now, you know,
Yeah,
before
yeah.
like, you know, just have like cool little snack while we're watching whatever before we go to sleep. But like, yeah, a lot of times we would go there specifically for those little blueberry donuts, right? Because we both like them. And a lot of times he would throw in like a free donut or a couple free donuts or like give us like a dozen and a half of donut holes.
Oh,
like,
that's fire.
he would throw in some of the regular ones. You know, he was cool,
Yeah.
man. And he would always say like, "Oh, I threw in an extra donut." Like, "Oh, man,
Yeah.
thanks." You know, like, yeah, he was real cool.
I
And
like
then,
that.
yeah, like, and then one day we went and they were closed for a while, and we're like, "Oh, okay, you know, maybe he's sick or maybe whatever, right?" And then next thing you know, it's like they had a new sign, and they cleaned up inside a little bit. They, you know, changed a little thing.
So
they got
he-
a new POS system. I was like, oh, like, and you see it was like these two young Asian chicks. So I'm assuming that that's his daughters or maybe family members somehow that just took over, right? And then just kind of like remodeled and made it a little bit nicer, a little bit more modern, right? To match them. You know what I'm saying?
But just went through and with the entire takeover though. Like
Yeah,
that's
yeah.
full force.
Mhm. But
Like, you come
that's
in
what I'm
and
saying.
just
Like
switch
once
it
you
all around.
retire, you're like, well, whatever. Just don't lose the business.
No, I know,
Right? We need
I
to
get
make
it.
money,
I
right?
get it, but there's got to be something about like
I mean, and if
sentimental
And
value.
I mean,
a little bit.
realistically, they didn't really change much. They just got a new sign, cleaned up, added a little bit new lighting inside, so it's a little bit brighter inside than it was. You know, it just refreshed things a little bit. Not even crazy. I don't even think they painted the walls or anything. It's just like a nice little refresh of the place to just, you know. And then they started making more like, we'll call them specialty donuts, you know, where they throw the M&Ms on them or something like that.
Yeah.
Like they would do those.
I don't really care for that.
No,
though.
I don't really.
I don't really.
But like that's, I mean, you know, that's just the trend. So they got to attract customers. So.
Oh no, yeah, they're gonna get
Right, you gotta do what you gotta do.
and those are just gonna sell off top anyway because they're just so extravagant.
Right.
Like, somebody's gonna walk in and be like, like the question they're gonna ask that person that's working there is like, have you tried that? Is that good? You know, like those two questions right off top, and that's when the salesperson already knows. Oh, I already got you. Don't worry. Like, yeah, it's good. It's delicious. It's heaven. Heaven.
So yeah, see, this is that mochi nut. See, they come like that. I mean, that's a goofy ass one, but it's just like the best one I could show you right away, so you can see
No, that's actually
like
pretty
how
crazy.
the style of it is.
Yeah.
So it's kind of cool because like let's say like you're with a kid,
You could just twist it off.
and then here try this one, like right, because they might not want the one you got, right?
No, I get
And
it.
we got one that was like weird, bro. It wasn't even sweet. It was like black sesame fucking powder on top, bro. It was crazy. It was crazy, but it was delicious. I mean, I really like flavor of sesame, so for me it was on point.
What was hearty and earthy?
Yeah.
Just
And then while
enough.
also being soft and moist and nice and cool and refreshing because the dough, it was a good mix, man. Good mix. Yeah, I want to go there and get something now. This one's in Linwood. I guess it's a new one. That's not bad.
Yeah, legit. You're making me want donuts. I haven't thought about donuts in months, and right now I'm craving a fucking
I don't even know
donut.
how we went on this crazy ass pastry run in this episode.
Well,
but
because donuts are important. They're vital to life. But, no, I don't remember how we started talking about pastries either. But it was about the whole cake and how it just needs to kind of change.
right.
It's time to evolve from the cake. But I think all this madness started from cereal. We were
Yeah.
talking about bricks of cereal.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Them cereal bricks.
Just because, and all of it stemmed from sous vide, actually.
You were trying to figure out if you could put a cookie in a sous vide bag.
Yeah, and then that led me to thinking I should create a cereal called sous vide. So French babies can eat, freeze packed.
Right.
Or, yeah.
That's funny, actually.
Wow.
Yeah. That's actually pretty funny. But, I mean, this ain't bad. We could do this.
Oh,
I think we could do this.
Of course, this was easy.
Yeah, I
This
think
is
we could do
super
this.
easy.
I think we need to add a little extra for the audience to peer into.
Yeah,
Obviously,
yeah.
we got to do better on our reach out. Like, we got to have our social medias on point.
Oh,
and
yeah.
just start-
This was just
start
whoever,
spreading it.
whoever got
Right.
to pop in, popped in.
Right.
But yeah.
I think we've only had 2 viewers and shit, really. But that's cool. That's what's up. Thanks for watching.
Yeah, thanks for watching.
And then I noticed like it's our homies aren't online, so I know it's not y'all. If y'all watching this on replay, I know y'all ain't the homies. So if y'all watching, appreciate that for real.
Yeah.
Right? Like it's
Yeah.
always cool to have
Somebody, something.
Hey,
We gotta start somewhere.
yeah, it is what it is.
So it's not really 2 of us; it's 4 of us here.
We're doing it. If y'all chat, we can reply to comments and shit. We'll if y'all got some questions.
If
or
you guys
anything
got
for-
any
I have it on my phone right
questions
here.
about a sous
that we don't know, we'll refer you to
Yeah.
homie on YouTube.
We'll refer you to everything gets sous vide on this motherfucker's channel. Yeah, he sous vide a microphone, I think. Something crazy.
Oh man, I wanted to fucking. Did you ever get the McConaughey audiobook?
No, not yet.
Man, it's so good.
I'm gonna get it when I'm ready. Yeah.
It's so good. Like, it's just one of them stories, man. Like, well, it's a lot of them stories. Like, growing up stories and, you know, just life
Coming of
stories.
age, coming of
Yeah, a
age.
lot of that shit. But it's like, it was pretty interesting to hear, like, how,
But that shit could get campy too, real quick.
yeah, I mean, it could, but he's not really a campy dude.
No, he's not. But
That's why
I'm.
it's like-
But there's a publisher, and you know,
Right.
there's people involved.
Right. Nah, and like a lot of this shit is because he's actually just the type of person that's kept journals
Mm-hmm.
his whole, like, pretty much his whole adult life. And yeah, so like he has a lot of material to pull from that
Yeah.
that he written in the time. So it's like he knew what the mindset was, right? Instead of trying to like
Did he say what led him to start writing in the journals?
you know what? I think he did. But I can't remember to be sure. But I think he did say why.
Cause
But
yeah.
he did
He probably just took a really fucking heavy dose of shrooms and was like, "Fuck, I need to start writing everything down."
it's just crazy, like how he came from like a small town in Texas, and like through his, he didn't have like the goal of like, I want to be an actor and I want to do this and like that. It's just like how his life played out that led him to that shit.
Yeah.
It's just like the interesting part of it. Like, you know, like right out of high school or whatever, like right, he was in, I think he was still in high school actually. He went to Australia for like a year, like in a student exchange program.
Okay.
And was over there, right? But he was over there with this family for like 9 months, right?
Oh shit.
And fucking like, I don't know, like it, like the family was crazy, bro. Like it's crazy. But he didn't know, like
psychopath.
like kind of, but just weird, you know, weird crazy.
sociopath.
Just weird crazy, right? And like the thing is, like, he didn't know that they were crazy. He just thought they were Australian.
Like, that was the culture,
Right? He
yeah.
just thought that's what it
I
was
get it,
like
I
in
get it.
Australia, you know? Like, so he didn't know. He was young.
He just
and
accepted it.
He comes
was
from a
like-
small Texas town,
He
so
was like, "Whoa, these Australians are fucking
Right.
wild."
but then, like, you know, throughout the year, he met people, made friends, like, and started branching out a little bit. And then eventually went to go stay with another family. But when he went to go stay, he was over there with them. Like, they started clowning him. They were clowning because they were saying, like, yo, like, I can't believe you stayed with them that long. Like, they're fucking crazy. Like,
Oh,
like even the
shit.
other Aussies knew that that family was crazy. Like, they were just crazy in any country,
That's
right? They were like,
crazy,
it was like
yeah.
super religious, super like just weird, bro. Like
religious fanaticism.
weird, old
yeah.
school, weird. Like, I don't know. It's hard to explain, but I mean, I can't explain like how he explains it, of course. But yeah, like it's definitely like worth the listen. Green Lights, that's the name of the book.
Yeah.
But I mean, like, you could read the book, like, that's cool too. Like, I mean, the story is the same story, but the impact that it has coming from him talking about it is way more interesting.
Well, yeah,
like
because he's not
100-fold.
because he's reading his own words
Right.
that he wrote.
Right.
Yeah.
I mean,
Who else can do it?
to
better?
be honest, I would have never picked up the book in paper form. Never, ever, ever. Or on a Kindle or anything. I would never, ever have read that book. I'll tell you that right now.
Yeah,
But
that's
as soon
the
as
thing.
I saw that he actually narrated it, I fucking right away Audible just got it.
Yeah, and yeah, I feel you.
Like, that's the shit. Like, cause, you know, I like him as an actor. I think he's a pretty great actor. I like how he goes in. He talks about doing the rom-coms and all that shit, and like what that shit did for him, and then how he got out of doing the rom-coms. Cause he was like, you know, I was taking him like, there's good money, right?
Yeah,
like, it's
yeah,
not
yeah.
a lot of shooting days, and you get paid really good, right?
Yeah,
and
it's
like
easy
good
to be that
plus,
role, too.
Plus, it was
Corny.
easy, and he's building
Yeah.
you know, his resume in a sense. But then at some point he was just like, you know what, I don't want to do these anymore. Like, I want to do you know, like, he's an artist. He wants to do other types
Yeah.
of shit. He wants
He
to
doesn't want to be labeled as just that.
that too,
Yeah.
right? And then but the offers were only coming for that shit. And then they were, I remember he said they were trying to give him an offer for one where they were like, we'll give you $15 million. And he was like, nah, I'm all right. And they're like, we'll give you, they called him back a couple days later, we'll give you $20 million. Like, nah, I'm good. Like, we'll give you $30 million to do this film.
Oh, wow.
And that was him right there. Like,
wow.
well,
Oh,
well, it's $30 million. So, you know?
Shit.
But he still said no.
Damn, I don't know if I would have said
Right.
no to that one.
Most people probably wouldn't have.
Yeah, no,
right?
I'm sorry. Like, I know,
And
I wouldn't be proud of myself, but I'd say it probably.
And then, like, the calls stopped coming after that. Period. Like, for nothing. Right? And then it's like, oh, shit. What am I going to do now? Right? Like, what's next? So then he started, reading scripts and looking at, I mean, he was always reading the scripts, but, you know, he started looking at these other projects, and then he got, what did he get after that? I think that's when he got, like, Lincoln Lawyer or Amistad or something after that, right? Like, okay. And it was like, oh, okay, so you could do this. And then the next shit rolled in, and it was like, and then he goes on this, like, the whole list, like, boom, 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 with this director, for this reason, with this writer, for that reason. Oh, he wrote Mud for me. Like, boom, boom, boom. Like, it was like, oh, shit. Yeah, he's like, and then, he's like, Dallas Buyers Club. And then he just talks about that whole process of meeting the family, losing the weight, talking about the person that he portrayed, right? Like, trying to, you know, like, I mean, it was like, damn, like he really made the right move by skipping that 30 million and making it all the way up in the back end on some fucking really good films, on some real, I mean, he won an Oscar for it. He won, you know, best actor for that shit. And then he got Mud, and then he got fucking right after Dallas Buyers Club, that's when he got True Detective.
Well, there was,
and then once he was on True Detective, and if you combine True Detective and Dallas Buyers Club, those two performances right there, like, he could have any fucking position at that point.
I bet.
Any fucking position.
I bet.
Right? Like, or any role, I mean, at that point. Because after that, it was like, like, these two is like, I mean, what the fuck? Like, and he said, how did he say he lost weight? What did he was on I forgot what he said he was eating, like, fucking something.
This fool ate a parasite.
Nah, like, he was just eating, I think it was just like one meal a day, but it was like fish and like red wine or something.
Oh, he went on like a heavy caloric deficit.
Yeah.
Damn, Jesus Christ.
And that's how he lost all that weight.
Well, he did have that summer where he just all of a sudden started popping up in all kinds of movies. You're just like, what the fuck is happening? Like, every trailer I see has Matthew McConaughey in it.
And they all looked good.
Yeah.
And all the movies look good, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, so, I mean, that book is definitely worth the listen. Like, I enjoyed listening to it at work because that's, like, the best time for me to listen to an audiobook, period.
Yeah.
Because, like, I'm back and forth. I'm not really talking to anybody, like, lately because of what we've been, like, the type of workflow we have right now. I'm just, like, kind of mostly, like, in my own head on my own. So instead of just listening to music and shit, I just been listening to, like, audiobooks. That's kind of been my thing right now. Right now, so I did that. I did the McConaughey. I did Animal Farm. And right now I'm on the road to serfdom.
Oh, okay.
So, yeah, I'm trying to go through, like, a bunch of different books and just... I mean, it passes my time. I learn some shit or you know...
Yeah, it's always good to get extra knowledge while you're at work. You're killing two in one.
Exactly. That's how I looked at it, too. It was easy to just be like, well, fuck it. What? I'm doing this mindless dribble here at work.
Yeah, you might as well get knowledge.
I might as well fucking exercise my brain, too.
I get some knowledge.
Because it's like, bro, like, at work, I'm doing... For the last, 2 weeks now, I've been probably averaging, like, 8 miles a day just at work. Not outside of work or anything else. Not even counting any of the other shit. But just at work, about 8 miles a day. So... And a lot of that shit is like I'm by myself, like from one end to the warehouse to the other. So it's like, man, yeah, I could listen to music all fucking day long, but I felt like it made more sense to just start listening to books.
Yeah, that does make more sense.
Right.
I enjoy doing that though too.
Now
So-
it just kind of is like, fuck, now I got to find like I got to hope the book that I want to get into or listen to has got a good narrator, cuz then if it's a bad narrator, it's like,
yeah,
fuck
there's
me,
that.
man.
Yeah, there's that too.
It's like, fuck. Yeah, that's kind of the real issue and shit. That battery's holding up pretty good though.
It is.
Yeah, I mean it's the original battery. It's not the Chinese
It's
Chinese
still.
the Chinesium batteries.
It's still going.
Yeah,
Okay.
yeah, you can
Oh
see
yeah,
we're live.
the screen. Yeah, that's right.
Yeah, no, that's the Panasonic battery. Panasonic is not known for making cameras. They're known for making batteries, but they make a good camera too.
Wow. Fantastic.
I mean, that's what Tesla batteries are. They're Panasonics.
Oh really?
Yeah,
Okay. So they're the power.
I mean
company.
they're the dogs.
Oh.
You know? The big dogs.
Man.
Mm-hmm. That Canelo fight in 30 minutes.
Oh man.
Yeah.
That should be our cue. Then.
Yeah, it's gonna be
What do you
interesting.
think?
Yeah, I think so.
Ah.
I think we're gonna cut our stream here, y'all.
Yeah. And
So-
then,
Appreciate y'all tuning in. We're gonna try to do this again very soon. Hopefully, again in another week.
yeah.
We need to get our schedule down. We need to get our shit right. But trust me, we're coming back. This was more of a test and just kind of getting back in the flow of things for us. I mean, we're obviously gonna do way more with this stream. We're not gonna just sit on the couch and talk shit all day. I mean, we'll probably do episodes like this where we just sit and talk shit all day because it was actually pretty chill. I enjoyed it. I
Yeah, it was
enjoyed the
pretty
talk
easy.
about pastries and shit. I don't know. I don't know where it came from, but I enjoyed it.
Yeah, it's gonna happen. It's gonna happen.
All right.
Then.
So
Yeah.
I think, I think we'll just cut it here. We're gonna break all this shit down. I know it don't look like much, but we got lights everywhere. We got shit pushed all the way off to the side over there. That's supposed to be behind us. So we're gonna get everything all back in place, and turn on this projector and fucking watch this Canelo fight. So, peace.